Good evening, everyone. My name's Brown6299 and I am your streamer for tonight, where we'll be watching 7DR versus SAS. And we're playing on St. Marie-on-Lees, and it's going to be church. Please stay tuned. Just remember, it's a 30-minute delay, so we should be good to go in 30 minutes. See you soon. So both teams will be setting up now. They will be building their nodes, spawning in their tanks. Then we'll be progressing up to the wait line. On DMT, there are a few rules. So we can't start until 1 hour and 15. And you have to stay behind the 2 grids square line. After that time, then they can push in. Throughout the match, they cannot cap 4th point. They can go into it temporarily, but they cannot cap it. The commander has his own abilities, so he can do 2 precision strikes in the game. He can use recon flares, or recon planes, I mean. And he can spawn in tanks. They can only either use mediums or recon tanks. Also, he can only leave the HQ to transport people back to the tanks. So it'll be very interesting to see how both of these teams do their match start. Do they concentrate on capping first, or do they hold back to then go in for the fight? So it'd be very interesting to see how both these teams do their match start. If they lose midpoint, how do they then go and recap it? But if they cap it, how do they hold that position defensively? It'd be very interesting. So please stay tuned. I will flip the screen just a minute, just whilst we are setting up. So we have got a couple of minutes left until we've got the green light. So if you are just joining now, welcome. This is the DMT round 1 SAS versus 7DR. It's going to be very interesting to see this opening match of the tournament of season 6, I think it is. Yeah, season 6. And it will also be interesting to see how both of these teams do their match start. So let's just have a quick look. So we're still waiting for their 4th tank to be spawned in. By the looks of it, all of them have gone for medium start, because you do have enough time to get them 4 tanks in. If we look at the SAS formation so far, they're very evenly spread over for this midpoint cap. By the looks of it, they're both going to head straight into the cap. Maybe this tank here could be going for the flank. But if we look at the bottom of this screen, they're definitely utilising this wide incoming flank. They might want to try and take control of this red road. So DMT, being slightly different to all the other Hell Let Loose competitions, this is a tank only competition. So this is the force of all the tanking. So they have to be on top of their game to have a successful game. What I would expect, let's start from the 7DR side. I'd expect them to push straight into the midpoint. It's an urban area, so trying to get into these positions is going to be quite challenging. You do have a nice little road down here that they could get down into, but they've got quite good, strong, solid, bigger roads to get down. But utilising these little back routes is quite crucial. For SAS, I would expect them to cap first, purely for the fact that they've got a quicker route into midpoint. But again, it all depends on who gets that first shot, who kills the opposition first. So we've got 30 seconds now until we have got this green light. It is going to be an exciting match. But before we get started, please drop a like and subscribe to my channel. I stream for many competitions such as DMT themselves, TPL, and so on. So please, if you like this sort of content, show your support. It gives us streamers the encouragement to continue. So we see our first recon plane about to set off. Maybe slightly early. But again, it might catch something because of that delay in coming over. As we can see, 2 tanks are going straight into the point. But likewise, we got 1 tank coming up and around. By the looks of these 2 tanks are going to be pushing straight into this red road. We got this tank coming up, by the looks of it, down to here. He might get caught off by these guys. But let's go and watch midpoint. Let's see how this midpoint goes. Got 2 tanks down there, 2 tanks here. Haven't seen the enemy or 7DR yet from above. There we go. There's 1 coming down. So, as predicted, SAS are starting to cap first. But it would be very interesting to see how 7DR counteract this cap and recap it. So as we see to the left there of my screen, you might not be able to see it, we have got 2 tanks here setting up in these gardens, watching for the flanks round and watching straight up the main road. So 7DR are starting to get into this midpoint area. They're still holding back as well, but why are they holding back? Are they waiting for a couple of tank push? by the looks of it, they are trying to dominate this red road. See a couple up there. And one down there. So he's gone eyes right. Floating around. He won't see anything naturally because the position where SAS are. We got two tanks or one tank over there. One tank over there watching that flank. SAS have got a very good solid start positions. They're covering all the flanks. But 7DR are also doing the same. However, if we look into the 4 grid squares, because that's what is the most important for cap pressure, SAS have got all 4 of their tanks in there, where 7DR haven't. So they've picked up the first tank. They've got 1 shell in. Second shell in. Very good shooting there. Good aiming. Who was in that tank? Let's give him a shout out. So we got Boofy as TC. Good shooting there. Good defense. So that means for 7DR is they're automatically on this back foot because they have lost their first tank. It'd be interesting to see for these teams how they manage their repairs, purely for the fact with this new update 18 that it takes longer to repair tanks because they've got heavier armor, but also you can repair specific components of the tank. As we see up in the north here, we have got a tank flanking around. Wouldn't have been spotted yet because of where they are positioned. However, definitely coming in for this rear flank, as we can see here on the map. Let's go down in the south, because by the looks of it, there is definitely 2 tanks down here that will see each other. And there we go. There is the second tank for 7DR. Who's in this tank? Shame I missed it. That is Flavors as TC. We might see a bit of tank action here. Oh no. Sassiana behind you. There's one in. By the looks of it, the Sherman overspun there. And they're down. Very unlucky. Who's in this tank? Second Lieutenant John Kerr. Nice flank there. Let's see how they defend. Who's in this tank? Cat called Calvin. Cat called Calvin. So he's definitely going to go on the hunt there. Where did the other tank go? Possibly. He has disappeared. Oh, by the looks of it, he has come down this side. Oh, just missed that by a couple of seconds. Who was in this tank? Oh, it's Boofy's tank again. So 7DR were just about to cap. However, SAS has pulled it out of the bag. As we've seen there, SAS have taken out another of 7DR's tanks. We have got a tank here. Looks like he has got hit. It's Flavors. We've still got a tank down here in the strong point, watching this red line. However, if a tank comes up behind him, will he be able to react in time? So let's take a look at the map. So we got a medium here. By the looks of it, holding back. Is he holding back because he's waiting for a couple of tank pushes? Got another medium coming in there. And I assume they're waiting for a medium at the top. But because they have lost so many tanks in such short concession, there will be a bit of a wait to get all 3 tanks back up and involved. But at the moment for SAS, they are comfortably in position. They are comfortably holding this midpoint. When you start this competition, you think about killing tanks, getting the maximum points, but actually the points come from holding midpoint, because you get, I can't remember how many points it is, quite bad of me, but you get points for how long you hold that midpoint, and also all your combat scores get added up. So the whole time you're in here engaging tanks, you are getting maximum points. So for SAS at the moment, holding it for so long, they will be in a very strong position. But it can all change. It can quite easily change. All it takes is 7DR to take out a couple of tanks in quite quick concession for them to get the upper hand. All these tank commanders now will be engaging with each other, trying to work out what 7DR are going to be doing next, how they can defend against it, but also defending against recon planes coming over. So far, I haven't seen that many, and that's quite surprising, because you want to see them as tank commanders, because then you can plan on roughly where the tanks are, what you're going to do next. So definitely need to see some more of these. Then hopefully we get to see some precision strikes. SAS, by the looks of it, have just sent over a recon plane. It was SAS. They've sent a recon plane over. So they'll be looking for them positions of where they currently are on the map, because from there you can kind of guess what their plan is potentially going to be. So it'd be very interesting. Stay tuned. By the looks of it, 7DR have sent a recon plane over. A couple of tanks here will be spotted on that, but not many. This is a very good solid position of a tank, purely for the fact that they can't get shot from any other angles apart from over where it's currently looking. However, how tight it is, if a precision strike comes down, they're going to die. .7DR are definitely holding back for a moment. So just looking at the angle here, they will be able to see the tank that's just about to cross. It's just behind that house. Potentially. Depends on where these TC's currently looking. But I just want to stay here just for a moment, just to see whether we can. And whether the TC does. No, by looks of it, he went way past. Just trying to get the best angle to see some tank action. Got a tank holding back here. Is he moving or is he stationary? He is stationary. 470R so far. The only thing that I can see that they could slightly do better is they're concentrating on these flanks and not the midpoint. The midpoint is where you're going to get your big scores from. So they need to start concentrating on that and start getting some cap pressure into there. Because without that, they're really going to struggle. However, it's going to be 2 for 2 now on the midpoint because we've got 2 tanks in there. So let's go and see whether we can get some tank on tank action. As SAS will want to try and defend this midpoint. SAS has already got one in. And straight down the road. Fantastic. Double tapped by 2 mediums. And if that tank holded by Private Muggins in that position, they would have been able to take that tank out. Oh, there we go. SAS poking out these little cubby holes and literally destroying 7DR armour. So we still have this tank in the back floating around. Let's go and follow him. Let's see what happens and see where they go. Because he is one of 2 remaining tanks. Oh! By looks of it, it's sassy. It is. Looking in the wrong area there, sassy. There we go. Oh, fantastic shooting. Fantastic gameplay by SAS today. Very impressed. Recon plane coming over midpoint. Look at this cheeky little minx. And that's just taken out tracks. Ever so slightly off. So that is the first precision strike. used by 70R. That means they've only got one left. Nice little position there. Nice little position. So 56 minutes left. So far SAS have held this position for 20 minutes. So it'd be very interesting to see how next 56 minutes goes. That means to draw currently with time on midpoint. That 70R need to cap soon and get 20 minutes worth of cap pressure. Or cap time, not cap pressure. SAS have got quite a good little strong defensive holds. We do have a tank over here. They're utilising this road quite a lot. So potentially for SAS, they could move, who's this? Flavors tank up onto this red road. I know this little compound here is quite a nice little cheeky one, because I have personally used it. Flavors is on the flank. Here he comes. Look at that speed. Some really good driving there. There's one. And there's two. Not even enough time to react. Some really good communication there from these SAS players. How they can react so quickly to an enemy threat. We do still have one down here on his own. No friends around. All he needs to do is just try and keep alive. He's not going to kill them all, but he might be able to pick off one or two. One of the cheeky little sneaky things that none of them are doing so far, I don't think. No. Gonna have a look at Sassy's tank. Where are you? There you are. Yep, Sassy's doing it. Let's go and see if Flavors is. And I'll explain what they are doing. Flavors is also doing it. And the little sneaky thing that I was trying to get at is by turning off the engine. When you turn that engine off, the enemy can't hear you. You can hear their engine a lot more clearly. So it gives you that advantage of being hidden and unheard. Let's take a look at the map. Let's see what's going on. So we still got that one tank there from 70R or midpoint. We at the bottom here in the south, we've got one tank looking for that flank by the looks of it. In mid. Oh, we do now have a tank up here. Pushing down. Can we see any? No, they're off the road. I was going to say, are we going to see any magnificent long shots? Let's go and see where they're off to, what they're up to. Not sure what this tank's up to. SAS moved out of midpoint. Don't know what happened. I think I might have missed something. But 7DR were capping. Now they're not. Did that tank get taken out? Yes, it did. I assume that 7DR came up and snuck up on them. Clipping there, whilst getting shot in the arse by... Sure. Boom, second shot, straight down. Who is in this tank? They need a big shout out. It's Sassy. I would normally run a poll to see who's going to win. See what you guys, the viewers, think that's going to win. But unfortunately, my chat abilities on OBS aren't available today. Skill issue. Massive skill issue. So the tank in the south here has been marked. Tank in the north has been marked. By the looks of it, oh no, 1, 2, 3, yeah. Couple of tanks have got taken out. Missing all the action. It's quite hard with this actually. This is the first time streaming DMT. Is getting the right angles where the actual action is, because where everyone's so spread out, it's just trying to float between and to try and get that best quality footage for you guys. So if you got any tips or advice on it, please drop it in the chat, because all I want to do is make good content for you guys. Let's follow this tank down. I'm actually going to follow. He's looking left. All clear. Guns have gone 6 there almost. Reversing back. Currently nothing's on his arse. There is a tank coming towards the right. I want to see some long range shots. However, by the looks of it, you might see a little boom. Okay, he would have started the tank. No, he didn't. He has. I reckon he's going to try and creep out. Needs to be careful here, because they've got a tank up there looking straight down the road, as you can see. And towards the left, we've also got a tank. Just to the right, left. Toothy. Toothy, just to the left, you're going past the tank. Sometimes you wish you could just like... Oh, there's one. Alford there's getting out to repair. He knows roughly where it came from, but that tank marker is slightly off. By the looks of it, this tank has just taken out another tank. Don't know whose tank that was, but I'll be able to find out shortly. Oh, here's some shooting in the back here. Somewhere. No clue what I can hear shooting. Got 7DR in the background over here. Who was the tank that died? Still not sure. Let's follow this tank in. Get a shot on then. They've had one shell in. Could get double taps here. Oh no, there's one. Let's see what Flavors gets up to. Still got a tank in the background here. By the looks of it, whose tank is it? SAS's tank has got one shot on. Alford's trying to repair. Trying to splash. Tank around here somewhere. Oh, SAS's tank. Surprised I haven't got out to repair yet. Definitely could utilise this time to do some repairs. Let's have a look at the map here. So we've got these two tanks potentially engaging on this tank over here. He has got out to repair, so is he being engaged? Nope. Alford's trying to shoot through the house to see whether he can get some splash damage, I'd assume. Slightly missing. There's going to be quite a difficult shot, purely for the fact that if you look at the level of the Sherman. However, Sassy's here on the rescue. She hasn't had a shot in her yet, so it's a bit safer. However, you need to be careful here. They look like they could get the first shot on. Missed their first shot. Got one in the turret. They got one in the hole. Second one in the turret. They're withdrawing. And they got that final shot in. Such a shame. But it is what it is. Whose tank is this? Boofy. Boofy is coming up. They got one in the turret there by the looks of it, but one in the hole. They're withdrawing. This poor tank. There's one in the tracks. One in the hole. I'm not sure where it came from. And he is down. That poor tank there was being engaged from every single direction. I've got to give that tank some credit, purely for the fact that their shots were very accurate. By the looks of it, 7DR now are just going to cap this midpoint at 40 minutes in. Is that enough time for them to capitalise on these points, or have they just left it slightly too late? That is the question. Both of these teams are doing well at taking out each other's tanks. I think SAS could just be up slightly, but that's without looking at the scores. They've just got one in. Not sure where it came from. Not a clue where that came from. But 7DR have capped midpoint. Okay, looking at the map here, we got two Shermans incoming. We have got one tank showing up on the recon plane. So we're going to have 3 tanks back in the game, back in the battle, ready for revenge. This tank should be seen now by a cat called Calvin, but they haven't got a shot on each other yet. Missed. Come on, Calvin. Come on. There's one in the hole. Missed the second shot. Calvin is off out of there. He's not hanging around. He doesn't want anything to do with this. Oh no, Calvin. What happened? You just driven into a tree? Who's coming up to help you? Let's have a look. It's the one and only Sassiana. Here she comes. She's lining up the shot. When I say she, it's her gunner that's lining the shot up. Under strict coordination and command of Sassiana. Not sure what's going on here. I can definitely see that tank. There's one. He's just doing some donuts here, there, and everywhere. There's 2. Might have got tracked the first shot. And there is 3. And they have taken that tank down. So now they need to work on recapping this midpoint. The position these 2 tanks are in, that's capped this midpoint, are in 2 quite good positions. Because the second one on the left there, as I can see, is in a position where you can only see it by a couple of positions. The one on the right is right next to the midpoint. Slightly back, got a little bit of cover, but not too much. But we'll be adding that valuable cap weight. However, SAS are adding pressure. All it takes is for them to move into the actual cap circle for them to utilise that cap pressure. Tank at the end of the road is engaging. Who is it down here? Boofy's tank. By the looks of it, that would be Flavors has come up from the rear and has taken out that second tank. I will go and double check that is Flavors because I don't want to give someone else credit if it's not them. Go on, Boofy. There's one in. And with tank warfare, it is about whoever gets that first shot off and in will win that engagement. They are rushing up here. Are they going to utilise the fact that Boofy is wounded? He is damaged. Ooh, stress. Go on, Alford, get some valuable repairs in. I would definitely prioritise the hull damage. SAS are starting to cap this back. They haven't made any repairs here. They haven't utilised that push because as soon as Boofy's tank is repaired, they go around the corner, boom, one shot on, dead. Starting to peek around. And boom, like I predicted. Soon as they peeked around that corner, they were chicken nuggets. Gone and cooked. Such a shame. All they needed to do there was a couple of valuable repairs and they definitely would have capitalised on them points. SAS are now going to cap this point for the second time of this game. Will 7DR come back? And that is midpoint. Put my teeth back in. Turned back over to the SAS. Who dares wins arms? Jean. So we've seen some fantastic tank warfare so far. It has been exciting. It has been thrilling, and it's been very interesting to see how both these teams have been playing. So let's have a look quick at the map whilst we are waiting for 7DR to bring some more tanks up, as we've only got one tank in this capping point so far. So SAS have gone for quite a no, wrong words. Tight little triangle or cross at midpoint. They are defending where the threat's going to come. There is going to be a tank popping out in a minute. That has been marked up, but he is withdrawing. 7DR will be wanting to keep these tanks alive now. They don't want to give any more points away. They're going to be utilising these little back alleys like I mentioned at the beginning. However, as soon as they poke around here, I suspect and expect, boom, there's one. Are they going to reverse back in time? No, they do not. I'm pretty sure that is Boofy. Again, coming in with them killer shots. Yes, it is Boofy's tank. And I do apologise to these tank crews. I am only calling the tanks after the tank commanders. I give full credit to these gunners for these accurate shots. Please don't take offence if I say, oh, Boofy's tank or Boofy's shots, because we know it's not his, it's the tank commanders. They still got one up in the north here, floating around. He definitely will be wanting to get some repairs in, because where he is quite vulnerable. So we're now approaching into the last 30 minutes of this game. It'd be interesting to see if 7DR can come back. It is looking slightly tight now with times and points, but who knows. Welcome guys who are watching the channel. Hope you're enjoying this content from the DMT League. Like I said before, please drop a like, drop a subscribe and show your support to this channel. I do stream for several leagues now, so please follow the content, and the only way to follow it efficiently is by pressing that subscribe button. So let's take a look at the map. Let's see if anything crazy is going off. We just got the 2 tanks here. We've got tank crew bottom and middle HQ waiting for the tanks to come in. I wonder what their fuel's looking like. SAS have played extremely well, and so has 7DR, to be fair. These battles that I have shown so far have been solid, and I've missed quite a few as well. Definitely the ones that have been on the flanks I've just slightly missed out on. Oh, what just went up there? That would have been some good shooting. Look at the distance. Boom! What a precision strike. Fantastic. That was a really good precision strike. It is quite hard sometimes getting the right angle on it, making sure you're actually hitting directly. Fantastic. But that was their second and final precision strike of the game. Boom. And we just saw a final shot then. Who shot that? Whose tank? Mr. Boofy again. They've had a really good game so far from what I have personally seen. They have been in and amongst the battle all night. Let's have a look to see where our tanks are. Cat called Calvin's coming in. And the one and only Sasiana is also leaving mid. 7DR are adding some good cat pressure here. However, just slightly not enough. Because again, they're concentrating on the flanks rather than the actual midpoint. There's one. Whose tank is this? That is Flavors. He's going to rush now. They're going to go guns right and do a drive-by. Nope. What they need to do is I'll just hold that then. Go on, Flavors. Just missed. Very unfortunate. Unlucky. Let's go back and watch Flavors. He can literally just take his time here. There's one. And there is two. Go on, Flavors. SAS are literally just clearing up at this point. Come on, 7DR. Let's get back into the game. Let's try and add some more cap pressure on this. We've got 26 minutes left. Let's capitalise on those points. We got a tank down here in the south. Just slightly back. SAS for this full game here has added some valuable cap weight to this midpoint. Just waiting for 7DR to come back up. By the looks of it, 7DR are putting a recon plane over midpoint. And from this, they would be able to gauge roughly where they're going to go, how they're going to attack this point. SAS will be sat there in the background trying to think of how 7DR are going to attack, because when a recon plane normally comes over, that is normally just before an attack. But as we can see from the map as it stands, they're not ready to make a full counter attack. So SAS now will be on their toes. They'll be anxiously waiting for them to approach. But let's go over to Flavor's tank. Nope. Yeah, it's Flavor's tank. And see whether he catches their medium coming across the field. Don't think they will. Could have. Oh no, wouldn't have seen that. Definitely looking in the direction where it's going to be crossing in a minute. And by the looks of it, they are looking at that field right there. 3, 2, 1. Got 2 tanks down here. They might be just going to be pushing straight up the road. Ooh. So, question to you guys watching and viewing this, whether you're watching it live or back on repeat, what has been your favourite moment so far of this game and why? Oh, I can see a tank down there. Oh, look at this. Them 2 tanks. Did they see them? Or did they not see them? Or did they just choose to leave them be for a moment to try and get a better angle? Well, there's one shot there. They don't know where it came from. They have been marked. Oh, good shot. Just missed. That first shot was really good. He has been marked now. However, this flanking tank is going to come in and cause some problems. And it has gone down. Don't know whose tank that was, but I'll find out shortly. It was Sassiana's. Very unlikely. Basically double tapped. 2 tanks engaged them. Very hard to defend. But they done what they could do. What I suspect now is this tank's going to push down. There's another tank coming in. Engaged in that first one. Won't be looking forwards. Hold. Boom. There's one. One in. 2 in. Always going to be difficult. Again, they'll be engaged by 2 angles. 2 tanks. They've done a really good flank here. Very good manoeuvre. And this is the thing with DMT. Is tanks can do a massive wide flank like that. Put a lot of pressure in. 2 tanks straight into midpoint. How can you defend against that? How? You just can't. Nothing you can do. Apart from kiss your ass goodbye. So we have got Boofy's tank here. Going to try and help clear up. Are they going to be able to do much? Not sure. Also got another tank down there engaging on this tank whilst they're repairing. Boom, good night, goodbye, sweet dreams. That other tank now will be able to see the other tank. That has got damage. Not to worry. Flavors is here and he takes them down. Again, SAS have done an amazing job to clear up and put enough pressure on to now contest this point. They are winning it back. Well defended. Fair play. Okay, we've got 15 minutes left of this DMT match. It has been exciting. It has been thrilling. And we've still got more to see. Midpoint is contested. Still in favour of SAS. Oh. Good night, sweet dreams. Who's in this tank? It is Second Lieutenant Jean Kerr. Taken out Boofy, if I remember correctly. Again, I could be incorrect. Got Sherman, which is Flavors. Yep. Coming up at the rear. There's one. And there's two. Good night. Well played, Flavors. Sassiana definitely was in the background there, directing and leading the other tank into a favourable battle. Midpoint is still contested. We still do have one tank to take care of. Slowly peeking around this corner. Will Sassy's tank be able to get eyes on first? Just need to go forward ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. Go on, nudge forward. No, you want to. We have got 13 minutes left. Exciting. But definitely think... Oh. Where has that come from? Might have come from the left somewhere. No? Let's have a look at the map. Not a clue where that came from. I didn't see it come from that tank. Most likely did. Another little battle going on here. There's one. They've traded. Boom. Good night. However, they're not over from danger yet. Just ducked in. Fantastic tank gameplay here. This is really exciting. just approaching the last 10 minutes. Before we are finished, remember, press like, press subscribe, and keep following for more content. So they will be wanting to keep hold of this midpoint to capitalise on them points from holding that midpoint. They will be getting some good combat scores here. I do think SAS has won this. I don't see how they could lose this now. They have been a force to be reckoned with. In this opening game, Sassiana's tank there, taking out another tank. That does mean 7DR. I've only got one tank in play as it stands. Let's go and have a look. Where am I going? Down here. And let's go and follow them. See what they get up to. Where they go. So they will be looking left as they go down this road. Or go across this road. I can just see one tank corner. Doubt that tank will be able to see anything. They'll be looking left constantly, waiting for a vulnerable spot to open up, and kapow. I've got to say 7DR have done really well on these flanks, these wide flanks. However, it's just very unlucky because it's not adding cap pressure. Using cover, using this low ground to hide its placement, so then popping up. Just trying to find the sweet spot here if I look for it. There's one. There is two. Sweet dreams, Sassiana. See you in a bit. So they are starting to cap this. There is a recon tank coming into play. You rarely see recon tanks being used in this game, purely for the fact that they're so vulnerable. However, they do come with advantages. They've got a little recon snap or camera. And they're so quick, versatile, they can get into the point, go and hide in a little cubby hole, and off they go. Oh! Beautiful! one in. Missed. Let's play this tank. Boom, good night. Who's the... It is WO2 Banana Man. Fair play. So it is contested. 6 minutes to go. Can 7DR take back the win? Or not the win, but the midpoint. Because this isn't a game of who can cap midpoint and hold it. It's all about the points. How long you hold it for, how many tanks you destroy. Definitely trying to get rid of carcasses there. Last 4 minutes. Tank coming out of the corner there by the looks of it. Got that one. What about this little cheeky one up back here? Oh no. They would have no clue where it came from. Boom, down. That was Second Lieutenant John Kerr again. Little sneaky spot. Only be able to see it from a couple of small angles. Last 2 minutes of this game. Both teams now will be wanting to capitalise on the points they get to give them the best chance within the tournament. They know he's in that compound. Just matter of time until they destroy him. Got tracks there by the looks of it. Two tanks here, ready to double tap, cause mass destruction in the final minute of this game. Oh no! Who's going to get this final kill? Is it going to be Flavors or is it going to be Sassian? Ricochet. Boom. Flavors gets it. Sassian will be so upset with that because Flavors blocks her path. Last 20 seconds of this fantastic game in the opening of the DMT League. GG's to both of these teams. You both have played extremely well and it has been fantastic to stream it. What a game. What I will do, James, you're getting my vote, mate. Well commanded. Quite easy, but look at that. That is going to be good. Fair play to both teams. Thank you very much for watching. I will be streaming over the weekend the Premier League. So stay tuned to my channel. Like I said, drop me a like and a subscribe. Show your support and continue watching. Thank you all, and I will catch you at the next one.